Was Halloween Horror Nights 33 bad this year? And when I'm talking about something at the event being bad, I'm never talking about the scare actors. I'm always talking about the design, the IP, or the overall execution, because it's always clear that the scare actors are giving 110%. They're always doing as much as they can, and they're definitely my favorite part of the event. And one of my biggest gripes with this event comes down to the scare zones. It feels like since the pandemic, there's been a very steep and noticeable decline in the quality of the scare zones. There's basically no scare zone in the front anymore. It has the people with the chainsaws, but nothing besides that. And I kind of get it from a business perspective because you don't want the Minions kid area clogged with a bunch of like Halloween, like gory stuff during the day. So I can forgive that. But the first series I'm going to talk about, Demon Queens, it has some cool set pieces. Like they look really nice. The coloring on them, but it feels like there's so much open space there that you can walk by and not get scared. There's usually not too many scare actors there, and there's really not a lot that the scare actors can hide behind. And Swamp of the Undead had a similar feel for me, but I like this one a lot more. It feels like they really put like a lot of money into it, and like it looks nice. I think it looks really cool, but it has the same problem of not having things the characters can hide behind. And now we have Torture Fair and Enter the Blumhouse. Both of these suffer from a couple of the problems that I laid out before, but I definitely like Torture Fair a bit more because it has all the gore and like the medieval torture devices and stuff, which I found pretty cool. But so many of these scare zones just feel so empty, and there's like nothing for the characters to hide behind, which is really disappointing because I like that. It's a good part of the event for me, and it sucks when I see like Busch Gardens or like any other like theme park doing it better. It's like Universal should be able to master this. And Enter the Blumhouse feels like a contractual obligation. It feels super weak to me. I don't know why they did it like this, because I know that Universal can use the Blumhouse IP really well. They've done it really well in the past. I'm not sure what's happening now. Hopefully, they can do better in the future. And another thing that I've noticed since the pandemic, maybe like a couple years before the pandemic, is the overall theme of the event feels like it's being forgotten. It feels like the icons for this year are like last minute like additions. Sinister and Surreal look like they're made from AI. It's super weird. There's like little thought behind them, which is really odd to me. I would have preferred no icon as opposed to what they have now. And it's not like Universal doesn't know how to make a good icon. They had Dr. Oddfellow from last year, which I really liked. I thought that one was really good. And if the houses don't fit into like a one central theme, that one doesn't bother me as much. As long as the houses are good and they tell a good story, that's all that matters to me. But this year, there feels like there's been kind of a flattening of the houses. It feels like none of them are outright bad, but a lot of the houses this year feel kind of mediocre to okay-ish. Like basically every house besides Insidious could switch and rank for me, like just depending on like how my walkthrough went. And I really hope that Universal learns to not use those big animatronics anymore because they felt really bad to me in A Quiet Place. In the monster's house, they felt okay, but I'd prefer if it was actual people scaring me. But it was fine for the most part. All the houses this year had really good theming. I could say that. Like the overall like design of the house felt like pretty good, but I really wish the houses felt more scary because it seems like there was only one house that I heard people talking about this year, and that's Insidious, and it's for good reason. That house is terrifying. From the moment you walk in and you see the red faced demon on that big poster, and like all the scares are relentless. It feels like you don't have any time to breathe. Like, the entire house feels, like, grim and depressing, and I love that this house has, like, basically every scare that Universal has mastered. It has those double boo holes, it has the scares from above, the scares hidden from mirrors, multiple people jumping out at you. It was, like, everything they mastered over the years, they put into this house, and it really paid off. And this is the house that's gonna be remembered for years to come. I feel like everyone's gonna forget pretty quickly about everything else but Insidious. For me personally, it's like an all-time favorite. I would put it up there with Scarecrow and a few like miscellaneous things. I wish Universal can make it so there was more spacing in between people going through the haunted house, because when you do that big conga line, it kind of kills the experience, because there's a lot of times where you miss out on scares, or if there's a house like the Universal Monsters houses here, if you don't get all of the scares, you end up missing out on parts of the story which are important, and then by the time you go all the way through, you don't know what happened. So if they could figure that out, I know they would have to either increase the ticket price to soften demand, or they would have to make everyone wait in lines longer. And I don't think anyone's going to be happy with either of those. So I might as well just not even complain about it, because the conga line's probably going to stay. And for some reason, the merchandise over the past few years has also it's felt lower quality to me. I feel like after a couple washes, I can already see like the design like flaking off of it. I don't know if that's just me, but I do like a lot of the designs this year. A lot of them feel pretty good. Some of them are odd, but I would say overall it's decent. I'm not gonna complain about this too much because I didn't try it, but all the food this year looked really unappetizing. Like that corn dog thing looked borderline disgusting, and a lot of the other stuff looked really bland that I just ended up not getting anything there. But overall, it was still a good time. I still enjoy Halloween Horror Nights. It's not bad, it's not dying, but this definitely feels like a down year for me. I think Halloween Horror Nights 31 felt really good. That one was probably one of my favorites of all time, but I've only been going for around 10 years or so. So I would give it a 6 out of 10. A good amount of forgettable houses, but overall feels pretty good, especially with like set design and stuff. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Um, what houses were your favorite? Do you want me to rank the houses? Yeah, like and subscribe for more theme park content. Bye.